And she said, no, I really love that show. I'm going to go tell the girls. I'm like, no, please don't. So I decided to go into my room and take a really long hot shower. Tonight is going to be about what I am right now, about a woman who's giving birth to a new baby. And the shower feels so good. My contractions are getting more difficult to breathe through. I throw up. I start crying through the more painful ones. But I tell myself, women have been doing this for thousands and thousands of years. I am becoming part of this eternal web made up of something that's far greater than me. Our bodies are made for this. And my body is screaming back, give me the drugs! Ah! And I imagine my body opening to let Miles just come out. I can feel my muscles hardening from under my breasts, moving in a wave down to my pelvis and pushing. And I can feel these sharp pains as my pelvic muscles try to pull apart and allow room for him to come out. And I am in awe at how precise and miracle the human body can be. I feel grateful to be a woman. It's 10 a.m. now, and I'm 7 centimeters dilated. I still have a long way to go. The contractions are getting so hard. And I can hear Nurse Susan talking to the other nurses about her trip to New Zealand. I'm like, Steve, just shut the door. I can't take any more. I had this intense need for complete silence and concentration. I sit in the rocking chair in my room and I try moving back and forth to help encourage Miles to turn into the right position, which he doesn't. I feel a need to leave my body of this pain. And I find myself traveling to Egypt in search of these old wooden doors. And I see myself walking through the markets and the alleyways looking for doors of any kind. And when I find one, I wait for the man guarding it to acknowledge me, and then I move forward. And every door takes me on a journey through more hallways, filled with more hieroglyphics I don't understand, through more streets, bustling with activities, only to find more doors to enter to. I feel thrilled to be finding these treasures and so thankful that these people are sharing them with me. And when my contractions come to an end, I find myself back in the delivery room in Torrance, California, and actually looking forward to the next sense of the timelessness again. It's 1 p.m. now, and I'm fully dilated, and I'm ready to push. And suddenly, the excitement of seeing Miles fills my body with this energy. The doctor comes in, and I sit there with my legs spread, right? And Nurse Susan introduces me as the actress who's on television. Right. And she's like, oh, I didn't recognize you. Oh, I cannot believe this. Well, that's not surprising, really, Once the formalities are over, I start to push, and I push, and I push for 3 hours. And very little is happening, and I'm feeling tired, and I'm very afraid that something's going wrong. And I start imagining what it would be like if I can't get Miles out. I mean, what if he has to live the rest of his life in there? And I start pushing longer and harder, and I feel like my body's gonna rip open. And nearing the end of the 3 hours, Nurse Susan says, push like you have never pushed before. Don't hold back. I'm like, okay, here goes. And I can hear this young nurse as I'm concentrating. She's just out on the new shift. And I can hear her talking about Zena. Oh, it's exciting. And she bounds in with all this energy. And there I am in all my glory, with my legs spread, trying to have the biggest, whatever you want to call it, I have ever had. And she goes right back out the door. And I thought, I expect she'll never watch the show the same way again. And then, finally, it's out. It happens, and the little boy is out with a cry, and I'm so relieved. I'm so relieved that we both survived this. And there weren't any tears of joy. I'm just too exhausted and I didn't write this, but just dumbfounded. It's only later now. It's an hour into his life. My mom's gone home to sleep. She and Steve have been up for a couple days now. And I slow it down to look at this little boy. I see Miles William Muir. I see his tiny little hands, and I count his 10 fingers. And I see his huge feet and his 10 fat toes. And I measure his little foot with my own thumb. I hear his voice asking for food and for his mother's warmth. And I see my son, this beautiful spirit, here at last. I'm a mother now, and my heart has opened to hold a love that's greater than my own existence. Welcome to the world, Miles William Muir. That was my little... Well, thank you, guys. Thank you. I'll see you when I see you. Take care. Thank you, guys. Bye. Thank you.